Well, good evening. This is Passionate Bliss, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's take a walk through the YouTube streets. Come along. Our first stop is going to be Gayle King. She is a news reporter. She asked a question of someone she recently interviewed who was a good friend of Kobe Bryant's, and she brought up a youthful indiscretion that was put to bed years ago. And the friend was put in a position where she had to defend her friend who was not even cold in his grave yet. And while I do not believe that Gayle was appropriate, and I do not stand with Gayle King, I don't believe that she should have been dragged so bad that she got death threats. Take a look.
Why y'all attacking us? We your people. You ain't coming after Harvey Weinstein asking them dumb ass questions. I get sick of y'all. I want to call you one. Is it okay if I call him one? Funky dog head. How dare you try to tarnish my homeboy's reputation, punk mother. Respect the family and back off before we come get you.
And while I understand the passion behind Snoop's comment and the pain behind Snoop's comment, what he has to do, first of all, is stop thinking of Gayle and Oprah as black people. They are not black people. They turned their back on their race years ago. Oprah herself openly admitted that she wanted to be a white woman. So stop thinking of them as being one of us. Stop thinking of them as being a part of the black community. They have shown nothing but a certain level of contempt for the black community for as long as I can remember. I call them black white ladies. They look black, but at the core of them, they are white ladies because that's what they want to be. So they behave that way. They conduct themselves that way. They could care less how they make black people or the black community look because they are black white ladies. So Snoop came out and made a threat, thinly veiled, said he was coming to get her. And coming from a thug, he put the fear of God in her. She came on the internet and she denied it, blamed it on the news station that she works for. She sent Oprah to the news station to cry in front of the white slave master, begging for them to support them, and so they did. They started coming out. Some of the white news reporters came out of her defense. They started a hashtag, I stand with Gayle, until he finally got a response from a real black lady. A real black lady answered him, black lady style, okay? So what are some of the things that a real black lady would say? Number one, Snoop, you ain't coming to get a goddamn thing over here. Come with it. Bring it. Or maybe even, I said what I said, Snoop. Or my personal favorite, you can come over here looking for me if you want to. You ain't gonna leave like how you came. So these are some things that a real black lady would have said. But someone who's in a certain position would have stated it a different way. Let's see what another real black lady from a certain position had to say to Snoop. Snoop Dogg got a response from Susan Rice, who is the former National Security Advisor under Barack Obama, the Secretary of State for African Affairs under Bill Clinton. And I'm saying that he got a response from a real black lady because she answered like a real black lady. And her comment was this: "This is despicable. Gayle King is one of the most principled, fair, and tough journalists alive. Snoop backed the F off. You come for Gayle King, you come against an army, and you will lose, and it will not be pretty." Okay? So now, Snoop, after that, the white people started bringing up your murderous past. The white people started quaking in their boots and saying they were afraid, just like the black white lady you threatened, Gayle. Okay? So they started saying, wow, we thought this was behind him. I'm afraid if he's making threats again. And Snoop, did Martha Stewart call you and say, oh, Snoop, I'm afraid too. You can't say that anymore. Because Snoop, you know you like that crossover white people money that you've been getting since you've been hanging out with Martha and some of the others, the Kardashians, you are able to cross over. So you're getting black money and white money. Snoop, you know you like that white money. So you might have to fall on your sword, Snoop, for this one. Okay? Even though you were speaking in behalf of your dead friend, you're going to have to fall back, Snoop, because you know that you don't want those kind of problems. Not only that, what you don't want is a pack of her investigative reporter friends digging into your business. Because, Snoop, you've always been a little bit dirty. Sometimes a lot dirty. And you don't want them digging in your past and bringing stuff out, showing the light on you. Okay? So, Snoop, what you gonna do? Take a look.
In person. When I said what I said I spoke for the people who felt like Gayle was very disrespectful towards Kobe Bryant and his family. Now, with that being said, what I look like wants some harm to come to a 70-year-old woman. I was raised way better than that. I didn't want no harm to come to her and didn't threaten her. All I did was said, check it out. You out of pocket for what you're doing and we watching you. Have a little bit more respect for Vanessa, her babies, and Kobe Bryant's legacy.
No, 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 Snoop, don't try to fool us. You said you were going to come and get her, Snoop. Now, Snoop, at this point, has done the best backpedaling moonwalk since Michael Jackson, dead or alive. He took all of that back. And he let the white people know he was nonviolent. He was not going to hurt that elderly lady. So, you know, this is the thing that I'm taking away from this scenario is that, you know, we have to stop thinking of Gayle King and Oprah as black people. And then maybe it won't hurt so much when they do the things they do to make black people look bad. Just rebut, you know, stick to the issue, but don't look to her for any type of, you know, loyalty or camaraderie or upholding of the black community. They have not been a part of the black community for decades, and they don't want to be. They're reaping the rewards of being, you know, Uncle Toms and Coons and working for the slave master, stepping and fetching. They're reaping the rewards. They have millions, and they enjoy it, and that's where they want to be. So, you know, I feel about Gayle and Oprah the way I do about Donald Trump at this point. Nothing that they do surprises me or upsets me. We do have to respond, and we do have to let them know through the proper channels that it's not appropriate, but there's nothing they can say or do to surprise me. Those aren't black people. Those are black white ladies, okay? So we have to stop expecting more than they can give. And with that being said, y'all have sweet dreams. Make to find them all real.